Hello guys, welcome to this video. My name is Dave Adams. In today's video, we're going to talk about HTML lists and how they're used. HTML list elements allow web developers to group a set of related items in lists. So we know what lists are. There are two main types of lists that I know of. There's also a descriptive list, but we're not going to talk about that in today's video. We're mainly focusing on ordered lists and then unordered lists, and they are represented by the OL and UL tags respectively. An ordered list starts with the OL tag and contains the list items. So it has nested list item tags within. An unordered list starts with the UL tag and contains nested list items. Now we're going to go to examples of list items. And then after that, we're going to go into Visual Studio Code to get some practice in. So on the left side, we have an example of an unordered list. We have the UL tag and you can see the nested list items. So that's exactly what we have on the left side. And for the right side, the only thing that changes between the UL and the OL is exactly that. The list item the list items are consistent throughout both of them. Now let's go into Visual Studio Code to get some practice. So now we're in Visual Studio Code where we did the previous video on paragraphs. Now I'm going to clear the code for today. And I'm going to do the same in CSS. And I'm just going to change this title to lists. Now I'm going to declare the two types of lists that we've talked about today. I want to do the UL tag, and within the UL I want to have 3 LIs. So we want to have a list of fruits. I'm going to have a mango, banana, and an orange. These are some of my favorite fruits, and I spelled orange wrong. So let's go into our browser to see what we have. And we can see that by default, the unordered list has disks representing the list items. And let me just copy this and then paste it right here. I'm going to change this to an OL. And let's just go into the browser as well. And we can see the difference. So the UL has disks identifying the list or disks starting the list, while the ordered list is organized by numbers. Now, within CSS, we can influence how these are displayed. So going into CSS, we're going to target the unordered list. And we're going to say list style. Let's see the options. So we have American, we have circle, we have decimal, we have disks, which is what is there by default. We have inside, we have lower. There are various options. I'm going to go with, well, I said American, it's Armenian, sorry. Let's go with decimal. Let's see how that displays. And it also shows numbers as well. Now let's go with Armenian and see what happens. Now you can see for the unordered list that whatever is used to organize the list has changed from numbers or a disk to the Armenian style. So there are various things you can do. You can go with a circle, and this is how a circle is represented. The same can be made for the ordered list. We just change this to an OL, and we have identical list identifiers. We have circles throughout. So the numbers and the disk list styles are by default, but you can change them depending on what you need. Now for the list styles. The same CSS rules apply. You can change the color to blue. You can make the font weight bold. Basically, the conventional CSS styles for text apply here as well. And you can see that right here, the font weight is bold on the unordered list, and the color has changed as well. You can also have, in fact, you can have all the text decorations, text styling, and all that. So that's how lists work. The typical use cases for lists are navigation bars and browsers, and maybe a list of items. Basically, things that are related. So that's what we have for today on lists. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and share. In the next video, we're going to talk about HTML formatting.